Hey guys, it's me Shark from Team Burst, and yeah, I haven't made video in 2 weeks. I mean, it's kind of the same with the next stage tech profile. Yeah, I'm just busy lately, so yeah, life is sad. But okay, so you might be seeing gameplay up just on the screen just because uh I feel like it's probably better just instead of just talking and putting like a still image, it's probably better just to show you guys some gameplay I just played recently with my friend. So yeah, there's a sand gameplay and there's a just a normal Grok Rock gameplay. So this discussion is I'm gonna talk about gear after the premium collection set. So I haven't been testing too much since, like I said, I've been very busy lately, so I haven't had much time to test yet. But I do test quite a bit now, and let's talk about the Zazan part. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk too long about this part since I know people are getting fed up with Zazan, and gear with Zazan is very simple. Basically, you just run a lot of vanilla, run Zazan, then if you want you can run the Superior Ride engine. Then the main key card for gear is with the Zazan build is you can put on upstream because you can activate GB1 very early, and upstream can use its skill, gain 4k, so it hitting 13k base, go back into the deck, call a Zazan, then you can use Zazan's skill on play skill to call 2 more, so multi-attack. So yeah, that's basically all the interaction in the main deck. I mean, there's probably more, but it's just very time insignificant that it's not really worth talking. In G Zone, of course, history build is a good stride to use with Zazan. The only problem with that is that it uses soul, and especially now that your whole deck is now vanilla, you don't really have a soul charger, so soul might be a problem in that gear deck. Of course, other strat you have is Grok Rock, but Grok Rock minusing 4 vanilla from your feud is minusing 4 rear guard from your feud might be a bit too costly, and there's not. And in a vanilla build, I mean, some people do run next stage, but in my case, I don't, because my whole deck, I want to put as much vanilla as I can, so I want the multi-attack consistency to be as consistent as it can. But yeah, that's about it for the Zazan part. Now let's go to the gear part that people are looking forward to, which is the Grok Rock stuff. Now, when Grok Rock first come on, I think it's a pretty good card. I don't think it's like one of the better one. To be fair, I just think it's like more of the worst one, to be honest. After looking at more like all the cards, if you need to rank them, I wouldn't rank gear in like it's very hard. He would be like around 16, 17, or 15, around that number. It's not too good, but it's not the worst. Of course, just for gear standard, it's a pretty decent card if you're going for like next stage and stuff. Of course, there are other builds like with the mystery flare extra turn, you could do that. I don't really recommend that in my part since I don't really like that build. Just putting all the bind stuff, I feel like that's a bit too slow, and the extra turn is not really worth it compared to what next stage can done. So I think going for next stage, then go back to Chrono Jet is probably the best way you can use Grok Rock. So now there's 2 different builds you could do this, or technically 3 or 4, but like the 2 viable build is that you can go pure Grok Rock, where you can just run Grok Rock, Chrono Jet. Next stage, then you can run like early game card with Chrono Tooth, Ikuba maybe, Chrono Bite, something like that. So a lot of early game card, and maybe Smoke Gear if you want to get that stride and you think your opponent will retire it. You could also do that, or you can play like a more Grok Rock timely. So you can still run like Chrono Tooth and stuff, but in those grade 2 spots you need to run like History Maker, Melum, and stuff like that. Of course, if you put the Time Loop Engine, the 4 card you usually gonna put in the deck is History Maker, Steam Maiden, a Melum, then Uvatar if you want some plus, and you can put Take Away to recite some key pieces and recycle Trigger back into the deck. Which those are like the more important card if you're putting in the Time Loop Engine. I think it's a bit too. I feel like gear If you're not, of course, especially with the Suzanne, especially with the more powerful rush we now have in the early game. I feel like putting on those time decor might be a bit too slow. I mean, of course, if you run something like Tempest Spear, which we're probably gonna run, to search out your heal, and you can run some vanilla in the deck without putting Suzanne in the deck. So you can put the clay elemental vanilla. That was a pretty decent vanilla, and yeah, and then you have more cards to search out with the order card Tempest Spear, of course. Even without that, you can search out like heal and stuff, so it's not a total loss. So I mean, and it also have big shield, so it can make up for that too. So it's not too bad, but it depends which one you guys like. From my point of view, I feel like the pure Grok one is still a bit better, but I can see an argument why the timely build might be better, since the multi-attack there and the attack potential is definitely much more. But that's all the discussion. I make this just because a lot of people has been asking me about making a Grok deck profile, which I'm definitely gonna do without Suzanne, of course, because I know how people get fed up with it, and I, to a certain degree, even though I kinda didn't play Vanguard for a while, so yeah. So I'll try to make a deck profile as soon as I can, but I'm still figuring out the build and I'm still discussing stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember, keep playing.